LeBron James joins us now. And LeBron, you know I always like to throw some fun stats at you. So your 40-point game was the 77th time. Oh, there's AR. There's AR. We got you back. Because you did that to, oh, there we go. Let him hug it out.
Yes, sir. No, always. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There he is. All right, LeBron, I got you. Your 77th career 40-point game. That ties you with the Big O. I know you're such a historian of this game, the love and respect you have for all of those that came before you. How fun is it still in your 21st year to hear those kind of milestones?
You know, I love this game, and, you know, I try to put everything into the game, and, you know, with that, it gives back to me. So, you know, anytime I'm linked with the greats, and obviously Big O was a big inspiration for me growing up, and, you know, reading about his history, reading about his play when he played the game of basketball at this high level as well. So, you know, it's pretty cool when I'm linked with some of the all-time greats, and, you know, it's pretty, you know, it's awesome.
LeBron, you've had so many vintage performances in your career. This was another one. The fans absolutely loving it. This was the best three-point percentage by a Laker ever with a minimum 10 attempts. You were 9 for 10. I especially appreciated the one over Claxton in the corner, and I appreciate AD over your shoulder.
No, it was, you know, I was feeling pretty good today, obviously, you know, shooting the ball from the perimeter. And I just try to, you know, continue to put my game at a point where I have no weaknesses out on the floor, especially offensively. So, you know, tonight I had it going, you know, from the three-point line. And I was able to make a few for sure, especially in that fourth quarter when the Nets started to make a run.
LeBron, it's D. Fish, man. Congrats on the win. Just a quick question. I know you battled, obviously, keeping yourself healthy with the ankle, and just at this point in your career, not just physically, but what type of mental challenges this season particularly have you faced, and how have you kept yourself in a place where the team could be going in the right direction into the postseason?
Yeah, I mean, that's the most important. Obviously, you know, health is wealth, but, you know, mental health is even more important than the physical. So, you know, been just trying to, you know, stay even keeled throughout this whole season. It's been a long season, it feels like. It feels like it's been like 3 or 4 seasons wrapped in one. Obviously, we had the in-season tournament and everything. Welcome back, GV. You know, so, you know, it's, you know, just keeping my mental as fresh as possible. Like I said, staying even keeled no matter how the season was going. If we had ups, we had downs, we stayed right in the middle for me mentally. And, you know, I think once the head stays strong, then everything else kind of falls in place. So, you know, with that, I'm, you know, just stand mentally prepared, staying in tune with what needs to be done on each and every day, and then giving it all on the floor.
LeBron, in addition to health, what's most important to you guys, you know, going forward? And does it matter where you land as far as standards is concerned? Is it how are you playing more important, or where you land in the standings?
No, I think the way how we're playing. You know, you know, you want to try to, you know, be playing at a high level going into the postseason, no matter where you land. You want to feel good about, you know, your team. You want to feel in a really good rhythm, and also you want to be healthy. So, you know, it was great to have Gabe back on the floor tonight. He gave us some good minutes, and you know, obviously he's on minutes restriction, but we want to continue to get healthy. You know, hopefully we can get Vando back soon. You know, and you know, and we go from there. So, you know, I think it's the most important is how we're playing. You know, and we'll see where the chips fall where they may, and then we take that course.
LeBron, we always appreciate you stopping by. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter to you guys, man. Love. Appreciate it.
That's LeBron James, 77th career 40-point game, which is 7th all time. Puts him in a tie with the Big O. As you see some names on their big game, and we know he's such a historian of the game, and pretty incredible list as he just continues, it seems like, nightly to join some new list.
Came back against Memphis, shot 1 3. And we talked about
that.
We talked about because he hadn't really been on the court for a few days. He was smart enough to recognize I'm not going to launch 10 threes in a game where I know my rhythm for shooting isn't there.
It's a masterclass.
Converse that to tonight, where he's been able to practice a couple of days, or at least get his individual rhythm back, and then come out and shoot the ball the way he did tonight. So just the recognition to understand himself and what the team needs, and to go out and play this type of game tonight is impressive.
As opposed to like a fifth-year player who might come out and shoot 10 threes just to figure if he can get it. It's experience, man. It's experience.
Yeah,
right.
crazy two-big game. I mean, that could have gotten a lot closer. LeBron had 17 in the fourth. I mean, Cam Thomas was heating up. Lakers are kind of already thinking about getting on the road. And I mean, LeBron still has that ability to close a team out and put a team on his back when he knows it's needed. Tonight it was with threes.
Yeah, no, that's the best part. I mean, of course, you want the Lakers to blow them out by 45, but that doesn't necessarily do anything for helping the team get better.
You know, big game, you're coming off the double OT game in Milwaukee, and then you have to back it up the next night with a win in Memphis, and then you have that tough one in Indiana. I think that was expected. How important was it for them to come out like they did in this game? That was a 17-0 lead. They built up a 21-point lead, and from there, they're in control.
Obviously, they knew how critical this game was after.
'Cause it could swing you.
Absolutely. After getting, 2 games, against Milwaukee and and then losing to Indiana, getting a Memphis win, they knew how critical it was to expand this road trip and get the record that they're looking for. Brooklyn not really a great team. They knew they could beat them, in my opinion.
Yeah, this team has been up and down all season for various reasons, but they've shown when either a team in a single game situation or during a short period of time, when something has their attention or they set their minds to accomplishing or achieving something, they've shown the ability to rise to that occasion. So when you start to think back over the last month or so, win a game, lose a game, but we've always felt pretty solid about the way they were playing, even though they didn't always win the games. To me, this game was indicative of, like, they have another gear that they can go to.
You know, big game, this starting group, bottom line, gets buckets. I mean, every single night you look at that, and there's 3 guys with 20 or more, and it's always a different third guy. One night it's going to be D'Lo. A lot of times it's going to be D'Lo. It could also be AR. It could be Rui. I think that's what's so impressive about this team. You saw Gabe Vincent come back tonight, a big game, get 14 minutes. Obviously, there's going to be some rust. He's only played in 5 games this year. He had surgery back in early January. You know, you start to think about, man, if you can get Vando as well, maybe you start to get that depth. Now you can start to believe that you can see a path for this team. Maybe.
I mean, yes, for
like
sure.
LeBron said, if you're playing good basketball.
You see a path. I mean, you heard what LeBron said. He's really concerned about how they're playing, where their land is going to be wherever they land. But, getting those 2 players back in particular, Gator, Vanderbilt, and now we have Gabe back, 2 critical guys on the defensive end, especially Vanderbilt gives you so many different, more extra possessions, steals guy, deflects guys. You look at tonight's game, every player in double figures and plus minus, they're pretty active. But the bench, only 2 points, but that's something that going forward, they'll need to take a look at. But because bench production is critical, but with that starting lineup is solid as they come.
I think there's 2 things that this team really does well and consistently. It's get to the free throw line and score points in the paint. And those are 2 things that, regardless of where they land in the standings, like LeBron, if they're healthy and playing well and they're doing those 2 things consistently, yes, they will have to make threes. There's no question about that. You have to make threes in order to win in this league now. But that's what, in a 1-game situation, shooting free throws and scoring at the rim will help you win a single game. Scoring points at the rim and getting to the free throw line will help you win a 7-game series. So they have the recipe or the team that's capable of doing it. It's just getting there and being healthy so they can have a chance to play at their best.
All right, let's hear from Darvin Ham. He's speaking with Mike Trudell in the media.
You don't see a ton of standing ovations, right, for a road player. What did you make of LeBron's night?
It's incredible. Told him in the huddle before his last little stretch, and then we ultimately subbed him out. Just extremely thankful that he packed the cape on the road trip. He needed all 9 of those threes, kind of dropped the rope in terms of what we were doing that established the lead, and came out in the 3rd quarter, turned the ball over way too much. But that said, you have to just overcome this thing, and you don't have time to complain and moan about what's the negative that's happening to you in the moment. You just got to keep fighting, keep scratching, and try to figure it out to correct the situation that you're in. And we were able to do that by some huge shot making by him. Our guards did a great job, defensive rebounding. A did a great job, as always, defensive rebounding. Rui. And, Brian caught fire and just carried us home.